Hey Tracy, I'm really sorry, but something came up and I can't make it to your place tonight.
Oh, really? You mentioned you were coming over to spend the night, remember? Such a rare occasion for us to have this time together. I even made a big dinner for tonight.
Man, this really sucks. Yeah, I know, I'm genuinely sorry about this. I have to stay late at the office tonight. They're pushing hard to get this project finished by the end of the day. No exceptions. I'll make it up to you though. I promise, okay? Next time, I'll make sure we have a great time together.
I was so excited about tonight. But I guess if your work is forcing you, then you can't help it. Okay. Well, let's plan for next Sunday instead, and we'll go watch a movie together, alright? If we do that, I'll forgive you for tonight's change of plans.
No worries, I can make that happen. I'm sorry once again about tonight.
It's okay. Get that project done, okay? I'm counting on you.
Thanks, I will. Tracy, I love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Hey, Beatrice, sorry about that. I just wrapped up work. Is Chris already asleep? I completely forgot it was his birthday. I'll swing by and grab a cake on my way home. Hang on tight. Chocolate cake should work, right? Beatrice, please message me back as soon as possible.
Huh? Who's Beatrice?
Oh, wait, you're not Beatrice? Oops, my bad, Tracy. I totally messaged the wrong person. Let's just forget about it, alright? My apologies for the mix-up. Sorry.
Wait, hold on. I can't just brush this off. Who is Beatrice? And who is Chris? What's happening here? Who are these people? Why haven't you mentioned them before? I need some answers, please.
Well, here's the deal. It's about my sister. Yeah, my sister and my nephew. They're at my parents' place right now. They asked me to join them for my nephew's birthday celebration. They sprung it on me last minute. You know how it goes. I should have mentioned it earlier. My bad.
I thought you said your parents lived 3 hours away from here. You're really going to start driving over there at this hour? And you're the one getting the cake? Are you telling me that you're not actually working overtime today? Was that just a lie? I'm a bit confused here, so please explain what's really going on.
No. Actually, they decided to pop in unexpectedly on me. I guess they're gonna be staying at my place tonight. I just didn't want to tell you I was spending time with them instead, so I lied about working overtime. I'm sorry. My sister figured you'd be jealous if I said I was spending time with her instead of you. Saying I was working overtime was her idea. Sorry.
You keep going on about your sister, but honestly, it sounds like an excuse to me. I remember you telling me before that you were an only child. So what's the deal here?
That's a little tricky to explain. Did I actually say those things?
You told me that on one of our previous dates. You said you were an only child and your parents would be so happy to have a daughter like me.
I said something like that? It's possible I was a bit out of it, maybe drunk, and not thinking straight at the time. I'm sorry if I've caused any confusion. Can we talk about this in person? It'll be easier to clear things up face to face.
You know, those messages you send me, they seemed a bit odd for siblings. It's not the usual way brothers and sisters talk. Can you please be honest with me? Who are Beatrice and Chris to you? What's their real relationship?
Honestly, this is really difficult for me to admit. I know it's going to come as a shock, but will you marry me?
Huh? Marry you? What do you mean?
You know, I've been wanting to say this for a while, but I never had the guts to say it out loud. We've been together for a good amount of time, and I know you told me that you've always wanted to start a family. Well, why not now? Let's take it to the next level. We can get married, you can move in with me, and we'll create that picture-perfect family you've always dreamed of. How does that sound? It's about time we make our dreams a reality, don't you think?
Wait. Why are we suddenly jumping into the topic of marriage?
Can't you see what I'm getting at here? I'm asking you to be my forever partner, darling. I know it's not the grandest, most romantic proposal out there, and the timing might not be perfect, but hear me out. My feelings for you are as genuine as they come. So, Tracy, my love, will you do me the honor of becoming my wife? Will you walk this beautiful journey of life with me, hand in hand, till the end of our days?
Hold on a second. Are you really trying to divert my attention by proposing to me right now? Do you honestly think I'll just overlook the whole Beatrice and Chris situation if you randomly pop the question? You've got some nerve, I must say. Instead of avoiding the topic, why don't you just come clean and tell me who they are and how they're related to you?
I guess it all comes down to this, huh? The truth is, I have a wife and a child. I'm married. I'm truly sorry for not being upfront with you about it before.
What? You're married? For real?
I'm really sorry for not telling you earlier. The thing is, I actually got married about 5 years ago. Chris is my 4-year-old son. I know I should have brought it up sooner, but honestly, it was such a tough thing to say that I kept putting it off. I didn't mean to keep it from you, and I regret not being more open.
But when we first met, you told me you were single. So you must have been looking to cheat before you even met me, huh? When we met, I told you I wasn't looking for any kind of one-night stand. I told you I was looking for a life partner. I told you that, and you still lied to me? So you intended to deceive me from the start?
I never intended to deceive you. My feelings for you are genuine. When I first saw you, I fell head over heels and felt an irresistible connection. I believed I had to be with you, no matter what. But when you said you wouldn't be with a married man, I didn't know how to handle it, so I failed to mention my marriage. I truly regret not being upfront about it. I understand if you're hurt or disappointed. Is it really so terrible that I got married?
Of course it is. That should be obvious. I don't want to be your dirty little mistress. Now everyone's just going to think I'm a little whore. But I didn't know. You don't think what you're doing is bad for your wife or your child?
Yeah, I feel really guilty about all of this. I feel bad for you, Beatrice, and Chris. But here's the thing. I can't change the way I feel about you. It's just not that simple. I mean, you liked me too, right? That's why we started dating. You even said you loved me. So, are you really gonna stop loving me just because I'm married? I know it's complicated, but let's try to figure this out together, okay?
Yes. What you did to me was so bad. It made me instantly hate you. We've been seeing each other for 3 years. And you said your son is 4 years old? So you've been cheating since he was only a 1-year-old? Ugh. My 20s are supposed to be the best years of my life. I'll never get those 3 years back you took from me.
That's the whole reason behind this proposal, sweetheart. I want you to be my wife, to have that lifelong commitment between us. Once we're married, all these worries will fade away. You won't have to stress about these things anymore.
No way I'm gonna get married to a man who betrayed his own family. You're disgusting.
I'm truly sorry for the pain I've caused. I love you, and that's the honest truth. If you're feeling this hurt and there's no way to change that, I understand. Okay, let's break up then. I cherished the 3 years we had together, and I'll always remember our time fondly. I want you to move on and find happiness in your future. I wish you all the best. Goodbye.
No. Hold on a minute here. Why are you acting like you didn't do anything wrong? And that this whole incident is just going to end here? You think things are just going to end beautifully for you? You're going to own up to what you did.
Wait, are you suggesting that you want me to divorce Beatrice and marry you instead? It's not that simple, you know. I have a child too, and there are a lot of factors to consider. But if that's what you truly want, if you're serious about it, then I guess we need to have a serious discussion about the future and figure out the best way to move forward. Just know that it won't be an easy decision for anyone involved.
That's not what I mean. I mean you're going to tell Beatrice what you've been doing. You're going to tell her that you've been cheating and see if she can forgive you for it. You betrayed your family, and you think you can just get away with it?
Hey, isn't it better if they stay in the dark? I mean, my wife doesn't know anything about you. Honestly, I'm not sure if we can split without me telling her about you. And trust me, if she finds out about you, it'll only make the whole divorce messier. Let's keep things simple and drama-free, okay?
Why are you still harping on that? You have a young child, for crying out loud. Do you even realize how incredibly irresponsible your actions are? I can't stand all these lies and deceit. Frankly, I don't want to be married to someone like you anymore.
Why the resistance? Ugh, you're upset because I'm already married, right? Because technically you can't marry me as things stand. But hey, if I go ahead and divorce Beatrice, then you'll have the chance to marry me. Problem solved, isn't it? I don't see what's so wrong with that solution.
Oh, the fact that you lied to me about your wife and child makes me think you'll just do the same thing with another woman if we got married. You're the type of man who will cheat on his wife. You've proved it already. Do you think any woman would want to marry a guy like that? I sure as hell don't. Not in a million years. I had no idea what was going on, so it wasn't my fault. But now that I know, you can bet I'm going to be there and tell your wife.
You don't have to show up here. I've already made it clear that things will be okay if she remains clueless. If you're not interested in being together anymore, that's cool. Let's just call it quits and leave it at that. No need to complicate things any further.
I can't just ignore this, you know? I made a terrible mistake getting involved with a married man. I need to come clean to your wife, or I'll never be able to forgive myself. Maybe, just maybe, she'll find it in her heart to forgive me. I've made up my mind. I'm going to talk to her tomorrow. It's the right thing to do, no matter how difficult it might be.
Don't come here. If she finds out about us, she'll definitely file for divorce and take everything. Do you really want that to happen to me?
Well, I want you to get what's coming to you. Go ahead. Continue fooling around with other women all you want. You think you can just toss me aside and deceive your wife? If you believe you'll be forgiven for all that, you're in for a rude awakening. I've made up my mind. I'm coming to your place tomorrow. It's time you face the music and deal with the mess you've created.
Do you really think you can corner me like this? Fine, go ahead and head to the apartment you think I live in. Nobody will be there. That's just a rental property I own, not my actual residence. My family and I live in a completely different place. So, feel free to waste your time and energy, but you won't find what you're looking for.
What? What are you talking about? Are you telling me that you actually went to the extent of renting an apartment just to cheat on your wife? Just so you could deceive women and pretend to be single? I can't even wrap my head around that level of deceit. That's beyond messed up. How could you do something like that?
You got it. Once I move my stuff out of that place and block your number, you won't have any way to reach me again. You see, you have absolutely no clue where I actually live, do you? You thought you can meddle with my life? Well, let me tell you, it's so easy for me to escape from you. So, sucks to be you.
Oh, you're a real piece of work, aren't you? So you're not going to take responsibility for anything. Let me tell you. You can try to run away from the consequences, but they'll catch up with you eventually.
Whatever. Look, I want nothing to do with you anymore. If you want to feel bitter about something, feel bitter about yourself. Bye.
Dan, wait. Did you block me? If that's the way you're going to be, I have my own ideas about what to do. You'd better get ready.
Tracy, where are you? Did you say something to Beatrice?
Oh, well. Look who decided to unblock me after all this time. Did something happen with Beatrice? I can't help but wonder what's going on. Spill the tea if you don't mind.
Don't play dumb with me. I just came home and Beatrice and Chris are gone. And there's divorce papers sitting on the table. There was a letter beside the divorce papers too. It just said, I'm moving back in with my parents. Tracy told me everything. What did you say to her? And how did you figure out where I live? Be very careful with your answer, or I'm gonna sue you for ruining my life.
I didn't tell her to do anything. I just told her what I did. I just wanted her to forgive me. I hired a private detective. They figured out where you lived. I just wanted to apologize to Beatrice with all my heart. She let me explain everything to her in detail. I showed her our chat history and the pictures of us.
You did what? Have you completely lost your mind?
If you're thinking of suing me, be my guest. But here's the thing. Beatrice is on my side. We both discovered that we've been deceived by you for years. She even mentioned that if I assist her with the divorce process, she'll forgive me for everything. It's truly unbelievable that you would ever cheat on such an amazing person like her.
Do you even realize the magnitude of what you've done? You've shattered our entire family. My son is going to be ripped away from me because of this. Do you think I'll ever be able to forgive you for causing such irreparable damage?
I'm not the one who destroyed our family. That was all on you. When you chose to deceive others, this is the inevitable outcome. Your actions and lies are what caused this mess we're in.
Please, I don't want to get divorced. Tracy, if this is about money, I promise I'll give you whatever you ask for. Just talk to Beatrice and convince her to put a stop to this divorce. She won't listen to me, but maybe she'll listen to you. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to save our marriage.
You know what? I don't think I should involve myself any further in this situation than I already have. If you and Beatrice end up getting divorced, it'll be a fitting consequence for your actions. Beatrice is a good person, and if she decides to divorce you, I really hope she receives a fair amount of alimony and child support. In the end, everything will work out just fine, won't it?
Things aren't gonna turn out great, and I can't believe you would say something like that. If only you had kept quiet, everyone could have been happy. But now, the situation has spiraled out of control. It's all your fault.
No, you'd be the only one happy if I did that. Now you can see what happens when you cheat on someone. I was careless too, for believing all your lies and not checking on you more thoroughly. I guess that's why they say live and learn. Losing 3 years of my life was a high price to pay for that lesson, though. I'll remember this the next time I fall in love. So thanks. It's probably going to be pretty tough for you from here on out. But good luck.
Hold up. Don't think for a second that this is the end of it. You've completely messed up someone's life, and you believe you can walk away from it unscathed? Think again. This isn't something that can be brushed aside so easily.
Oh God, you're persistent, aren't you? I don't need to do anything else here. The rest is up to Beatrice. If you're going to insist on keeping me in on this, how about a harassment case to go along with your divorce case?
What? Is there any other insane stunt you haven't pulled, you witch?
You keep texting me, saying things that can easily be taken as threats. I've told you your divorce has nothing to do with me, but you still won't leave me alone. I might have to show this chat log to my lawyer and see what he thinks of it. So, what are you going to do? After Beatrice takes half of your stuff, and you have to pay her alimony and child support? Are you going to have enough left over to pay a harassment case settlement too?
You're asking for the impossible. You know very well I don't have that kind of money just sitting around. It's not like I can magically conjure up a fortune out of thin air.
Absolutely not. So, just leave me out of this. Our relationship is finished. Done. Kaput. I want absolutely zero involvement with you from this point on. I have no desire to see or hear from you ever again. Is that crystal clear? Let's make a clean break and move on with our lives separately.
But I'm sorry, all right? I really am. I've had a change of heart, I swear. Please don't desert me too. I'm begging you, please give me another chance. I know I messed up, but I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make it right. I don't want to lose you. Can we please find a way to work through this together?
I'm into honest, caring men. So no. Have fun. Goodbye.
Please don't leave me. Hey, I'm begging you.
Following that, Beatrice proceeded with the divorce from Dan, and as a result, Dan had to provide her with a substantial amount of money. He had to part with a significant portion of his savings and relinquish most of his property. Now, a major chunk of his income goes towards fulfilling alimony and child support obligations. Beatrice decided to move back in with her parents, who were assisting her in raising Chris. As for me, I've learned my lesson, and am currently dating a trustworthy man. I have complete confidence in his honesty and integrity.